Okay, I have a lot of books here. This is, oh my god, okay, hold on. Something in my bed is rough, but I'm just, as you can tell, I'm still in my pajamas. This is gonna be more of a comfortable video for me. It's just one of those days. I didn't want to change out of my pajamas. I did put a little bit of makeup on to make up for that fact, but it's one of those days. Okay. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Here is my October TBR. This is gonna be a very ambitious one. As it always is, TBRs are hard. I set myself up for failure at this point, but I have a very good feeling about this month. I think I can do majority of what I'm setting my mind to. I have a lot of anticipated reads that I really just want to get to so bad, so I'm trying. First is The Final Gambit. I am on the second one, The Hawthorne Legacy, that I'm probably gonna finish either today or tomorrow, so this is definitely gonna be read this month. I am so excited. I'm not gonna say too much about my feelings on the first half, but I will say, not the first half, I guess the first half, because whatever. But I'll say I'm very, very excited about this. I'm excited to see how this ends, because a lot of things are happening. A lot of pieces of a puzzle are getting put together and kind of clicking in the second one right now, so this should be very fun. I also saw that they're coming out, or the author is coming out with a, I don't know if it's a spin-off or it's a book on the brothers, something like that. I didn't really look into it too much because I didn't know if I was going to give anything away. I'm excited to look into it after I finish this, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And then I don't have this book with me, but A Court of Frost and Starlight. I think this is the novella before the last book of the series. I definitely want to read this month because I want to get up my A Court of Thorns and Roses, like the part 2 reading vlog, and I think I'm gonna do this book. I'm gonna read it, and I'm just gonna upload the reading vlog of the second, third, and this one. And then the last book, I can't commit to that this month, so whenever I read that, I'll do its own reading vlog maybe if you guys want it. But definitely the second, third, and this book are gonna be in that reading vlog probably next week sometime, because I'm gonna read this right after I finish the third book, which should be really soon. It's coming, the second part of the reading vlog. You guys look at all my reactions and whatnot, so I'm excited to read this and see what's in this. I think it's a novella, so I don't know what's in it, how it's gonna go. I'm excited though to add to my ACOTAR stack of books. I don't have it yet. I didn't buy it. I'm buying it as I read it. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I am. Then we have The Secret History. This was in my fall TBR, and it's still in the TBR, but I'm hoping this month that I get to this, because I feel like with the reads that I have a good mix of romance, mystery, honestly more romance than I was last month, so I'm excited. But I feel like I need to get a book like this in. Again, I talked about this in the last fall TBR, whatever it was. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I'm excited to read it. I've heard such good things about it. I've actually heard mixed reviews, but what I've heard, the good stuff about it, it's really good. Like, people like absolutely loved it, or were completely bored and like couldn't get through a chapter. I'm excited to see which side of the scale that I land on. I have a weird feeling that I'm going to, it might be a little slow in the beginning, but I think it'll be a fun read. I feel like this is a very fall-esque book. Me saying that when I don't really know what it's about, but it's fine. I've been excited for this since I've seen it and since I bought it, so. Then, how could I go a monthly TBR, a monthly read, my monthly reads, whatever, without an Alice Feeney book? I need to read another one of hers. I love her. If you have not read any of Alice Feeney's books, I highly recommend Rock, Paper, Scissors to start off, and then just go on a binge like me. Her books are incredible. Her writing is incredible. I will recommend her books to literally everyone. I'm obsessed. I am so excited to read this. I might read this before The Secret History, honestly, because I just fly through her book, or I might save it because I'm going on a trip that we'll get to, because I have books planned for that. So I don't know, because this is like a quick read. I don't know when I'm gonna read it, but I'm so excited to get to this. She's a top author for me. Not heard much about this, but it's about a woman who's murdered, and then the newsreader is reluctant to cover the case. The detective is suspicious of the newsreader's involvement, and then the detective becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. I don't know, it just sounds real interesting. And her writing always gets me, and her plot twists always get me, so that should be fun. Next on my list, I'm a little iffy about, I'm not gonna lie, but I do, you guys can see my books over here. You probably saw that before I even picked it up. I do have Bunny. I've seen the most insane reviews of this book. Either people hate it, don't get it, or they like love it, but also leaves them feeling uneasy, and that to me is intriguing enough to pick this up. I've seen it every time I've gone to Barnes. I've seen it in so many reviews, but every time someone reviews this book, they don't even like it's hard to even explain what it's about, so I don't even know what it's about. I guess I'll read the back. At her school, there is a clique, rich girls who call each other Bunny, and then Samantha, the main girl, receives an invitation to their smut salon and finds herself inexplicably drawn to their front door, ditching her only friend Ava in the process. So I'm assuming she just figures out the Bunny's world. I don't know. Sounds interesting. I've seen so many different reviews of it that I'm just nervous to read this, but I feel like at this point I have to do it. I need to be in the same... What? I just want to read this. I also saw that people after they're done like look up theories on like Reddit or something, which that alone intrigues me. I'm like, what at the end of this book do you need theories about? Nervous? but excited. Okay, after that, I have a romance, Part of Your World by Abby. I think it's pronounced Jimenez. I don't think you pronounce the J. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen so many great reviews on this book. I heard it was just like an easy, not fun romance, but like a light-hearted romance. I don't really remember where I saw that, but I've seen so many amazing reviews on this book, and I've had it for quite a while because it's from one of my Book of the Month months. But I feel like I need a romance mixed in here, and I feel like this might be a quick read. I've gotten a lot of amazing romance books, some of my top favorites from Book of the Month. The Bodyguard, Love Hypothesis, I don't remember right now. I think Rock Paper Scissors was a Book of the Month book too, so not sponsored, but highly recommend because they have such good choices on Book of the Month. So I'm excited to read this. I think it's about a woman who, after a wild bet, she had her world turned upside down, and the cause was Daniel Grant, who's a hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her. She's a city girl, he's not, and she spends time with Daniel in the tight-knit town where he lives, so I'm assuming it's a small town trope, and she ends up loving it maybe? I don't know. Sounds fun. I need a romance. Probably after Bunny, I'm going to need that. Then I have The Dead Romantics. I don't know if I'm going to get to this. This is like an iffy one for this month, but I really want to read this sometime in the fall season. I think she like talks to a ghost. Anyway, she's a ghostwriter for one of the most prolific romance authors in the industry, but she has a problem. After a terrible breakup, she no longer believes in love. Oh, and then her father dies, and she finds a ghost standing at the funeral parlor's front door. A handsome ghost. It's giving Layla by Colleen, not in the plot, but like part of it, if you know what I mean. I don't know how I feel about ghosts love stories, but we'll find out if and when I read this. Then I have a few romances. This one is the most anticipated. Yeah, The Boys of Tommen. I don't know how to say the town's name. I'm assuming that's the town. This is the first one. This is Binding 13. I don't have Keeping 13, but Keeping 13 is the second one. I think I should just show you. Actually, I don't think you can even tell. This is a big one. Okay, this is like almost 600 pages and the font is tiny. Can you tell on camera? I don't know if you can, but I've seen way too many 5 stars of this book, and I've been recommended this book way too many times not to read it. I don't know what it's about, to be honest. Friendship, first love, rising fame, horrifying secrets, and pain all fused together in Binding 13. I'm excited. I'm nervous because it's very long, but I'm excited. This is a little it's a summer read, I would say, but I want to read it. An Unexpected Paradise by Chelsea Curto. I'm pretty sure she's a fellow bookstagrammer. She wrote this, so I really want to read this. There's also another one that I wanted to read. I didn't know which one. I might choose between the two, or I might read both of them. It's called The Two of Us by Taylor Torres. I talked about this. I don't know what video it was, but it's kind of like Second Chance, Childhood Friends to Lovers, like Love in Other Words type beat. Anyway, it's kind of like that. I'll put a picture up, but I might read that and this. I don't really know. I'm kind of, there's 2 like summary books that I want to read. We'll see what happens. This is, I think it's a work trip, so like a workplace, but like on a work trip, and her ex-boyfriend arrives at the conference, but her coworker Jack defends her. You know, that's what I got for the gist of it. Sounds really fun. I think I just need like a uplifting summary romance. I don't know why. Probably no one else feels this way, but I'm gonna do it. Then I have Icebreaker. I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about this book. Do I want to read a hockey romance? I don't like sports romance. I mean, I don't like hate it. It's just not my, I don't like love it. Everyone loves it. So I saw it's Kindle Unlimited. I'm gonna download it on my Kindle this month, read it on there. If I like it, I'll probably get the paperback, but I'm gonna give it a try, see if I end up liking it or not. I don't know what it's about, if I'm gonna be honest. I think the girl's a figure skater, which I really like. Like, she's also in the world of ice hockey, figure skating. You get it. I don't know if it's enemies to lovers. I don't know what trope it is. I don't know how they meet. I don't know anything like that. I just know it's gotten so many 5 stars. So then I have Heart of the Raven Prince No, not Heart of the Raven Prince. I think it's Kiss of the Selkie. Ordered it last night. If you didn't watch my blind date with a book video, then you don't know, but I found one of my 5-star reads. It's a fantasy romance, but it's also a Cinderella retelling. Obsessed with it. But then afterwards, I looked it up, and it was the second in a series. The series is called Entangled with Fae. So the first one was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I'm not going backwards to reread it because I already know what happens with that couple through the second one. They kind of like bring the couple back in. So I read the second one, Cinderella retelling. Amazing characters, amazing story. I loved the fantasy aspect with the retelling and the print. It was so good. 5-star read, obsessed with it. And then the third one I just ordered is also, all of these are Kindle Unlimited, so if you want to try them out and you have a Kindle, highly recommend. Third one is Kiss of the Selkie, a Little Mermaid retelling. I'm so excited. And the main character girl in that one was in the second one, so like I kind of know about her backstory and stuff, so I'm so excited. I'm also gonna download it on my Kindle. I might do like both with that one, see how I feel. But and then the fourth one I think is a Snow White retelling. I don't know the name of it, but guys, highly recommend at least the second one because it was so good. Those are the ones that like I really want to get to this month. And then I have these 3 that I wouldn't be mad if I didn't get to them until November. These 3 are book of the month books. So I think this is about like older women who they worked for the museum, an elite network for assassins for 40 years, then they retired. They go on an all expenses paid vacation for their retirement, and then I'm pretty sure one of them is in March for death, something like that. But what I like is it's like older women. I think they're like 60 years old. It sounds really interesting. So either at the end of the month or next month, I really want to get to this. And then the other book of the month book is Low in the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I am so hesitant to read this now. I don't know why. Again, end of the month or beginning of next month for sure. But this is, I heard, so similar to Love Hypothesis, and I love Love Hypothesis. So I feel like I'll either love this because it's so similar, or I'll hate it because it's like copy and paste, I've heard. But workplace or school romance, I think it's workplace, enemies to lovers, science field. I've seen mixed reviews again, so we'll see. And then the last one, I feel like I should read this month because it's like spooky, not spooky, but like a witch. It's called The X-Hex. I've seen this everywhere as well. I've had this forever. But again, end of the month, beginning of next month, I won't be mad when I get to this. I just want to get to this because I've had it on my shelf for so long. I've looked at it for so long. I've seen so many people read it. I'm pretty sure it's about a girl who puts a spell. Oh, she put a curse on the horrible boyfriend. I don't know exactly, but I'm excited to read it. I think it's a romance, and she's a witch, and there's spells involved. That's all I know. That's what I've gotten from this. But yeah, those are the last 3 that are like at the end of the month. You know, I could get to them. I won't be mad if I don't in November. I would love to read them. So now my bed is a mess with all these books, but it's fine. So that is my October TBR. I have a range this month. I have the fantasy, romance, thriller, mystery. I have a lot. I have expanded my horizons, and I love reading different genres because, you know, sometimes you're just in a mood for a different type of book. Let me know if you've read any of these. I feel like a lot of you might have, because a lot of these I feel like are kind of popular or have become popular. I'm gonna get back to my series. I am very excited. Cannot wait to see where this goes. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Bye!